What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So check this out. Let me jump straight into this. I want to talk about this Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul situation. You know, my thoughts on the situation in general. It's not about the fight. The fight itself is basically, it's an exhibition. Okay, it's an exhibition. That's all, an exhibition. And I want to just bring up some facts and some points, and I want you guys to just use your common sense, not your imagination, your common sense, and understand what I'm saying to you, okay? First off, if we want to, let's address the backlash. Oh man, it was a boring fight. Oh man, you know, there was no blood. It wasn't an action-packed fight. Oh man, you know, Floyd let a YouTuber go the distance. Oh man, Floyd didn't knock him out. Okay. First off, Floyd Mayweather is retired. This was only an exhibition. Floyd Mayweather came in this fight 155 pounds. Logan Paul rehydrated up to well over 200 pounds. Logan Paul was satisfied with just going the distance with a 155-pound, 44-year-old guy that he claimed, if I land one shot, this fucker's gonna be out. He landed that one shot, and Floyd didn't go anywhere. Okay? You're satisfied with surviving. This is the new victory. Okay? This is the new victory of this era, this generation. So I guess they'll make a moral victory championship belt for certain guys. You didn't win. You know, you didn't win, but you didn't get knocked out. So here's your championship belt. You're the moral victory champion. Okay. To be satisfied with going the distance with the guy that you called old and tiny, and now you're gonna start like they always do. You're too small. You never faced anybody like me. I hit hard. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you. And all of a sudden, I went the distance with the best fighter ever. Oh, wait. He was washed up before the fight. He's no longer the same before the fight. He's old before the fight. He's too small before the fight. But after the fight, the same way, no, Floyd didn't knock you out, but you didn't knock him out, and you tried. He tried to knock Floyd out. Understand this. He tried to knock Floyd out. And for a bigger guy to just throw a punch and hold, throw a punch and hold, throw a punch and hold, all the wrestling and grappling was being done by this big 200-pound guy, not the little guy. Now, I'm not shocked about what I saw. Okay? I'm not shocked. It's an exhibition, yo. Now, people said shit like, Mike Tyson, he should fight Logan Paul. And you know, Mike is showing, tell you, Mike this, Mike that. Do you guys forget what happened between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones? Wasn't Aries the one telling you guys it's only an exhibition? Stop thinking there's going to be fireworks. Nobody's going to promote a fight saying, look, man, I'm not going to try to hurt him. He's not going to try to hurt me. We're just going to go in there and go through the motions and just basically have a little friendly sparring match and pretend we're really going at it. Mike was pulling punches. Roy Jones was pulling punches. Neither guy was trying to let loose on the other. If Mike Tyson was as devastating as you guys say he was, then that means Roy Jones got better. Okay? Because Roy Jones was getting knocked out by journeymen. Roy Jones became a journeyman. Roy Jones was struggling to beat C-class fighters. Roy Jones was losing to C-class fighters. We watched a great fighter like Roy Jones come in the ring and fight, and he wasn't making $35 million. So when people were saying Roy Jones should retire, he should retire, well, here's the thing. We never saw Floyd Mayweather come in the ring getting beat by anybody. So for people that want to see it, that's all that was. And that's all that is. When you hear people saying Floyd Mayweather should fight Manny Pacquiao, he should fight this guy, that guy. what they're really hoping is this. Floyd is older than these guys. And what they're hoping is that Floyd, that Father Time kicks Floyd up the ass. Floyd has that one fight too many, just to say he got that one record, that one loss on his record. Somebody finally beat that motherfucker. Yes, moral victory. That shit to me is just trash, garbage. What the fuck is a moral victory? It's a rhetorical question. I know what it means. What is that though? A moral victory. Because he lost. So Floyd getting beat, you hate him so much, it makes you feel good for him to lose. So you'll celebrate and you want to be a part of it. Floyd Mayweather said the same thing I've been telling you guys. If he's so boring and such a trash fighter, why do you guys keep watching? Why do you guys keep, even if you didn't watch it, why are you even checking to see what the results were? And I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm not going to watch it. They went and watched it. Regardless, it doesn't matter. My thing is, Floyd was just out there having fun. He went out there and made $35 million for what, 26 or whatever, 20-something minutes of boxing. And pretty much they reached out to Floyd. Floyd didn't reach out to them. They reached out to Floyd. Now check this out. Mike Tyson and Zab Judah was talking on a split screen. And, you know, Mike was giving his opinion. And he's saying, is Floyd crazy? What is he, guy fighting this big guy? And, okay, Mike Tyson has criticized Floyd in the past, called him a scared little man and all this kind of shit. Well, here's my thing. Mike could have actually said, hey, you know, I give Floyd props though. 155 pounds, man, he's fighting a fucking heavyweight. He went in there with this big dude, and he was walking him down the majority of the fight, and Floyd was coming at him, throwing bombs at this guy. Floyd was trying to get him out of there too. But, you know, hey, it was an exhibition. It was just fun. Mike Tyson himself went in there with Roy Jones. So he couldn't knock Roy Jones out. Yeah, everybody claimed Mike was remember this, remember how everybody was talking about Mike is refocused now. He's in a better place now than he was then. Oh, he was on drugs then, but now, Mike is he's rejuvenated now. And we didn't see Mike fight, spar. We just saw Mike hitting mitts and shit like that, hitting the bag, and everybody lost their fucking minds, right? Well, Mike Tyson understands this is a business, and Zab asked him, do you think he should do it again? Yeah. But he's saying he should fight Pacquiao. Look, and this is the funny thing about it, right? No matter how many times Floyd Mayweather says he's retired, it's not Floyd Mayweather who keep jumping in front of cameras, calling out fighters and talking about who he wants to fight. It's you guys that keep comparing him to every other fighter. You guys are the ones keep bringing his name to fight this guy and that guy. It's not Floyd. Somebody had a video not too long ago. I didn't watch the fucking video, but I remember seeing the title. It's like, serious question. Could Floyd Mayweather beat Terrence Crawford right now? Why does it even fucking matter? You're never going to see that fight. Who cares about opinions? And this is the problem. Everybody has a fucking opinion they want to voice about nothing. And that's nothing but a reach just to get viewers, just to get subscribers, just to get likes, because we're talking about a guy who's retired. But yet you keep bringing up his name. And then you try to criticize him, but you're the ones bringing his name up. At the end of the day, y'all, everybody has a path in life that they want to take. And I'm not going to sit here and tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. Okay? Because I know, for example, let's say someone came to me and said, Aries, man, we know what you can do, man, but the world hasn't seen you fight. Now, we got two choices for you. You can fight Deontay Wilder, maybe get 5 or 10 million out of that, but we can guarantee you 300 million against Logan Paul. Now, this is where we start imagining real quick. So, okay, so Aries is thinking, well, if I fight Logan Paul, people gonna think I ducked Wilder. They're gonna think I ducked Wilder, because Wilder is more respected. He's a former world champion. You know, former WBC world champion. Logan Paul is just a YouTube guy. Okay. I knock out Logan Paul, win, lose, or draw, and I'll definitely win. But basically, I get 300 million. Guaranteed. My family would be set for life. My kids, kids, their kids. Generational wealth. We could start opening some businesses up. We could start, man, we gonna put more kids through college. Man, I could do a lot with that. It's a lot of good I could do. A lot of good I could do. Start doing some things in the community. But then again, these people gonna think I ducked Wilder. Well, okay, if I fight Wilder, okay, I go knock him out, get that 5-10 million. That's cool. Can't do the things with that money that I would like to do with that 300 million, but at least they'll know, they'll respect me. But then again, I go knock out Wilder. It's only a matter of time for they say, okay, he beat Wilder, but could he beat AJ? I go beat AJ, but can he beat Fury? I beat Fury, but can he beat Dillian White? So then really not going to be satisfied, because as long as I'm putting gloves on, there's always work to do and something to prove. On the other hand, people might think I ducked Logan Paul, because they're going to say, this motherfucker chose to fight for $5 or $10 million and turned down 300. I mean, didn't Deontay Wilder turn down 120 million to fight AJ twice and Dominic Brazil once? And that didn't look like a fucking duck because somebody turned down life-changing money to go fight for a lot less? So now, am I supposed to cater to each and every person that has a fucking opinion about me, or do I think about what's best for me and my family? And as far as legacy is concerned, you can't deny nothing that Floyd has done in his career. You cannot sit here and act like this man didn't go out there and fight the best that they had to offer him. When he got to the point where he became his own boss, like he said out of his own mouth, that's the first time he made 8 figures. And for anybody who talks all this shit about, it's all this about legacy, I agree that you want to build a legacy, but then when you think about it all at the end, when will you ever satisfy anybody? You realize one day Aries is going to die. You're going to die. All of us. People of this generation will be gone. And guess what? People are just memories. So maybe you guys are more caught up in all this legacy talk than the fighters. You're not in their shoes. And this is where I say, a lot of times you have to be in a person's shoes to understand it. But I'm not a fucking fool. And I know not one of you would turn down $300 fucking million. I know for a fact you wouldn't. So the point is, you're not in that position to make $300 million, and you don't ever think it will happen. So of course you're going to, oh, if it was me, I'd fight for the legacy. Yeah, right. I know. Easier said than done. Bottom line, people, is this. It's an exhibition. And I can tell you why the fighters are salty. Because these motherfuckers are out here, man, I'm out here busting my ass fighting current fighters and I can't get 35 million. Well, what is it about you that the fans don't give a fuck about you? What is it about you that the networks don't believe in you? What is it about you that your own, promotion don't believe in you or do nothing for you? Why? So you guys don't realize something? Floyd Mayweather, I want you guys to think about this. When we talk about Terrence Crawford, what are we talking about? I just did a video talking about him. He needed to get another promotional team. He needs to start promoting himself. You got to think outside the box. We can't go by, yeah, but the fighter's job is just to fight. Yeah, it's been like that. You guys, you take care of the boxing part. We handle the business part. You ain't here busting your ass in the gym fighting these guys and they're robbing you blind the whole time. As soon as Floyd, like he said, when he took control of his own career, that's when everything changed for him for the better. You guys say, oh, he's bad for boxing. Floyd poisoned boxing. No, Floyd did what Floyd did for himself. And these guys that are trying to follow Floyd's footsteps are failing miserably. See, Floyd put the work in first, and this is what people don't understand. He put the work in first. You got to be a fucking fool to think that HBO turned him down and Showtime crossed their fingers and hoped that no, they hoped that he could do something for them. No, they saw the worth, the value in Floyd. That's what that was. So basically, when Floyd got turned down by HBO, I guess Floyd was supposed to tuck his tail and just, okay, well, I guess I got to do what they tell me to do. No. He did what he had to do for himself. And it worked like a charm for him. So for anybody to get upset and angry because someone went and took control of their own life, it's like I teach my kids everything you're learning right now. And when you guys start going to college, you get your education. You learn everything that you need to learn. You become your own boss. You know what most parents teach their kids? Go get a job and go out there and pray to God and get your education, and you go out there and you get a good job, work for a good company, and just save your money, and hopefully you can retire, have a little money saved aside. Poor man's mentality, and this is how a lot of people teach their kids. Go get an education, get a degree, and then go work for somebody. And that just is something that's been universal. So when somebody decides, no, you be your own boss, I don't want you to have to work as hard as I do. I want you, if you're going to work that hard, imagine if we worked as hard for ourselves as we do for someone else. Think about that. So because he went out there, imagine, let's just say when Floyd went to HBO with his offer and they told him, no, we don't think you're worth what you're asking, and he would have just tucked his tail. Let's just say Floyd would have went through a depression, something would have happened, and he would have wound up committing suicide or something, or just end up in a bad way. Probably 80% of the people would be, yeah, good for that motherfucker, can't stand that motherfucker, I hate that motherfucker. The other 20% would be going, oh, my condolences to Floyd. Oh, that's fucked up what happened to Floyd. What if Floyd never made it? Let's say he's a guy we read about and then seen videos of his amateur stuff and all that, and see how great of a boxer this guy was. Going, damn, that's fucked up, man. That guy could have been the best, man. He could have been one of the best. He could have been, damn, that dude. See, it's funny because when you make it, it gets to a point where people want to start dictating. Okay, you're high enough. Okay, just chill. You don't need no more money. Okay, no, yo, you should do this now. Okay, you should do that. Everybody wants to play dictator. You know what Mike Tyson was doing when he was talking to Zab Judah? Yeah, I think that if he should fight Pacquiao. And you know what people say is Mike's in a good place now. I'm proud of Mike. I'm happy for Mike. It's good if he's in a better place. Floyd don't smoke weed, don't drink, don't do none of that shit. But his body has been broken down through all these years of training and just putting his body through all these camps. Mike Tyson, okay, smokes weed. He's giving you his opinion. He's not even sober, okay? Zab Judah's talking to Mike Tyson, and some of the things that Mike Tyson, that Zab is saying, Mike responds doesn't even have anything to do with what Zab Judah is saying. Like, you can tell he didn't understand what the meaning of what he was saying. And Zab Judah was just saying yes to everything. Yeah, champ, yup. Oh, yup. Mike Tyson could have said, I think I want to see Logan Paul fight against Medea. Yeah, that's a good fight. Yeah, champ. Yeah. He's not going to disagree with anything Mike says. Mike's entitled to his opinion, but why is Badu Jack? He said he wanted to see Badu Jack versus Logan Paul. So what you're basically saying is, yeah, let's take a guy who's past his prime, who will give these guys a chance to probably beat them, or maybe be competitive, because these guys, even though they were pro fighters, they've fallen off. You notice Logan and Jake Paul don't fight anybody their size. Everybody they call out is much smaller than they are. Tyron Woodley may be Jake Paul's size. I think he's about Jake Paul's size. He's shorter, but in body weight, I think they're around the same size. Conor McGregor. Now, Conor lost his last fight. Tyron Woodley lost his last 4 fights. So they're playing cherry pick with who they think they can squeeze a win off. But not only, but they have a big enough name that they can make an event with. These guys, Jake and Logan Paul, are businessmen. This is what they are. So they out here networking. And just like I said to you guys, if you guys learn to listen with an open mind and not listen and then be so quick to give an opinion to want to debate, you'd understand where I'm coming from. I said Logan and Jake Paul have more followers and subscribers on their social media pages than actual pro boxers do. They get more attention than actual pro boxers do. Isn't it ironic that this guy, Logan Paul, has his team reach out to Floyd's team and they promised him guaranteed $35 million? Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence won't get $35 million if they fight each other. Like I said before, the only two fighters that can pull those kind of numbers is Canelo and Anthony Joshua. Now, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, I don't know what their numbers are going to be when they fight each other. But bottom line is, you don't have many fighters that's touching those kind of numbers. And that's why they're pissed off, which is stupid. Floyd is not fucking up boxing. This exhibition didn't fuck up boxing. Okay, dirty politics and bullshit sanctioning bodies and dirty judges and all this, that's fucking up boxing, and it's been fucking up boxing. Boxing is becoming a fucking joke. Boxing, just like any sport, has always been money driven. The difference is, the people behind the scenes, the powers that be, they make their money. You don't even have to see their faces. That's all they're concerned about. When you understand business, you realize, okay, so if I fight this guy, he's a threat. I'm not scared of him, but there's no money there. I fight this guy. Now, he's a threat, but I know I can handle this guy easier. It's not the level of competition that I'm debating on. It's the fact they want to give me a huge check to fight this guy. Okay, let me go kick his ass, get that guaranteed money, big money. Then I'm going to come back to this guy. And as your stars start to grow, it's different, okay? It's different when you turn down fighters, current fighters that you can fight, to fight somebody else just to make money, but they're not good fighters. You're fighting lower level fighters, and basically you're doing this when you have guys out here. Okay, that you should be fighting. You understand what I'm saying? You're only going to make that big money when you become a big star. And if you're fighting shit opponents and you can't fill out the building, no, that shit's going to change. So you can't sit here and say Floyd is in the position he's in because he's ducking and cherry picking. No, he put the work in, and then he started to do things the way he wanted to do it because he understands the business model. You guys are still stuck in this primitive age of thinking. Do you guys remember when Mike Tyson had that interview and the guy was in his house and Mike had all his championship belts laid out on the table, and the guy, man, this is amazing. Oh man, you must be really proud, man. What did Mike Tyson say? It's all garbage. It's garbage. It's meaningless. What did Mike say? When I was young, I thought this was everything. I thought this was the world. But as I grow and mature, it means nothing. And you're the same people that praise everything Mike say. So think about what I'm saying and what Mike said. You're fighting for the glory. You think that's everything. I seen Wilfredo Benitez laying up in the bed like a vegetable. And I was watching Wilfredo Benitez fight that same day. And when I didn't even recognize who he was. And it's like, wow. Again, how many of you guys are sending letters to this guy? Sending donations to his family to help them? No, but you'll sit there in a heartbeat and type in, oh, my condolences and, hey, or RIP champ when somebody dies. If every Zodiac went in the ring and by some act of God, somebody beat me. Nah, I'm only serious. No, but no. How many of you are going to make sure that my family's taken care of? How many of you are going to make sure that my kids keep a roof over their head? How many of you going to come actually see me? How many of you going to make sure, what impact do you have in my life? See, you can't make decisions in my life, right? You can't do anything to improve my life, but you can tell me who I should and shouldn't fight. You can tell me what money I should turn down and what money I shouldn't turn down. You're going to dictate what choices I should make. But you're not going to be there. The people that love and care for me, they're the ones that's going to be there. You understand what I'm saying? So what gives you the right? Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't do? I really could give a shit if somebody says, oh, he fought Logan Paul because Deontay Wilder is more of a threat. No, motherfucker. I fought Logan Paul because them motherfuckers gave me $300 million. 35. I'm giving you the figures that Floyd was making for certain fights that he made. The fuck would I be scared of Deontay? I'm scared of any fucking body. Motherfucker, where I live, we got bears every fucking where. Fuck, I'm not scared of I'm not scared of shit. I'm not scared to fucking die. I'm not scared of a fucking bear, but I'm scared of a fucking human being who hurt and bleed just like me. No. And when you start thinking business, when we were kids, in the wintertime, my backyard, we used to shovel that motherfucker. Shovel the snow and play ball in the fucking winter. You know how your hands feel when they get freezing cold and something, oh shit, we out there doing all this shit until your adrenaline kick in, your body temperature get up, and then we sick as fucking dogs. 2 days later, we used to go to the basketball park, shovel the whole fucking court so we can run a full. Cause why? We ain't no goddamn common sense. We're kids out there playing, trying to have fun. Do you think I do that same thing now? We playing ball, we over there jumping over bleachers trying to save the ball. We out here doing all this shit. We're not getting paid for this. But you realize, like, you know, hey man, I got a job to go to. I got a family to take care of. I can't be out here fucking getting hurt, fuck around, can't work because I done broke my ankle jumping around out here playing ball for fun, not making no money. But I'm more concerned about somebody saying how great of a basketball player I am. And no. Bottom line, y'all, is this. Everybody has the right to do what they want to do in their life. This fight was an exhibition. You guys are the ones who pumped it up to be something more. I remember when Mike Tyson and Roy Jones was going to fight in Showbiz, the adult was, you know, how he gets all hyped up and, yo, I'm telling you, yo, this is getting real. Yo. Now, you guys saw Showbiz at Mike Tyson's ranch. You know he's a huge Mike Tyson fan. He's a Roy Jones fan. He's telling you guys these things as if he had the inside scoop. And I told you guys, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to be no guns blazing. It's going to be just what you guys saw. That fight was a fucking draw before it even happened. The outcome was already laid out. Those guys went in there and held back. This was just two guys. It's like in a way of give them their flowers while they're still here type of thing. That's all that really fucking was. But you guys made it more than what it was. So you can't fault anybody else because you guys lack common sense. You can't fault anybody else for that. You know what I'm saying? So just like with Roy Jones, with Mike Tyson and Roy, just like with Logan Paul and Mayweather, it's an exhibition. The little Japanese guy that Floyd fought, everybody talked about how small he was. Look how small Floyd is to this guy. Yeah, but Floyd's a pro fighter. Yeah, but Floyd's retired. You think, okay, Michael Jordan was a professional basketball player. You think Jordan could just pick up a ball right now and go jump back in the NBA and be the same at his age? Of course not. But some of you think he could. And if he came back, oh, he sucks. Stephen A. Smith, man, Floyd, please, Floyd, don't come back as a professional fighter because, first of all, Stephen A. Floyd never said he was coming back. Why are you guys even giving that much emphasis? Why? You guys are the ones building this fight up to be something other than what it actually is. It's an event. You know, it's like when somebody watch professional wrestling and sit there and go, oh man, that's fake. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. How you gonna let somebody do that? Don't you stand up there and go, you just ordered this pay-per-view and spent your $50 or whatever to sit here and complain and argue about something that's fake. Like, what, was it real before tonight? Was it real before tonight or was it always fake? You understand what I'm saying? You guys know this. It was an event, y'all. That's all it was an event. I understand fighting for legacy, fighting for glory. But again, you got to look and understand. Your life, your decision is your decision. If what you guys are talking about is so effective, for most of these fighters, why are these guys going unknown? Why is it that right now, if Errol Spence was supposed to fight Terrence Crawford, and they offer him to fight a Logan Paul, and he's going to make 3-4 times as much as what he would against Errol Spence. What do you against Terrence Crawford? Either one of those guys. Who do you think they're going to go after? Those lotteries don't come around all the time. And when you think that a fighter is making big money, this is still not your call to say how much money somebody should make. But at the end of the day, you guys got to understand something. If you don't like something, don't give it any attention. But if you understand, all this is business. That's all it is. The guy is fighting exhibitions. It's not a real fucking fight. You guys are the ones who don't use your common sense when you hear about something taking place. You believe everything somebody tell you. And then when the outcome is not what you wanted, you complain. Who made you watch it? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.